Good morning and welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Wednesday, hump day. I'm glad you're here. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I've picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. I also picked up some of these Red Mic messages from, well, it was a terrible year. End of 2015 through almost the entire year of 2016. I was heading up a fundraising and communications program for a PAC, and they they figured out that some of the stuff that they wanted to do they couldn't do. I'll let you fill in the blanks and figure out what I'm talking about. Um, we parted ways fondly. They gave me a little bit of a severance, and the economy was okay. I thought, all right, let's do this. I dove right in immediately, even though we had the severance. I thought, let's get a job quicker than not. Didn't want the severance to run out. Didn't want the unemployment to run out. Right? Well, they both did. I was unemployed for almost a year. It was easily the most soul draining, kick in the gut kind of year that I've ever had. Um, without naming names, I couldn't even get jobs at places that I had, you know, held similar jobs in college. Part of that, I'm sure that they looked at the resume and said, "Oh, well, he's just going to be here for a little bit because he doesn't really want this job." I'll be honest with you, it got to the point where I didn't care what the job was. I was applying for everything, and it was, like I said, it was soul draining. It was humbling. Um, don't want to live through it again. Said all that to say this. Um, I used, to whatever degree I could, I used part of the unemployment to my own benefit, I think. I read a lot. I studied a lot. I, if there were new concepts that I wanted to learn, I did everything that I could to try to learn them. Um, didn't sign up for any certification classes or anything because there weren't any that were free back then. Now there's a ton. You can go to Google, you can go to any number of online places, and you can do a lot of free courses. But, know, when life throws you those curveballs, whether it's unemployment or even underemployment, and right now there's a lot of people unemployed, really good, smart people that, for whatever reason, companies shut down or they are transitioning to something else or whatever it is. Um, a lot of good people are unemployed. Now, if you're in the position to hire people, if they've got a gap on their resume, have some grace, cut them some slack. You know, stuff happens. Okay, it just does. Um, have have a heart, have some empathy, have some soul. Um, try to put yourself in their shoes. But if you are in those shoes, you're unemployed, underemployed. Yeah, it's a setback. It can feel like you are getting kicked in the teeth every day, but try to whatever degree you can to treat it like an opportunity. Try to sharpen the tools in your toolbox. Try to get stronger through all of this. Try to position yourself for the next job, whatever it is. Here are some things that I tried to work on, and I would encourage you to do the same. This seems counterintuitive almost. It's like, why would I need to improve my empathy when I am really, really needing it from everybody else? Well, it's in those dark moments where you can really apply what you're learning, right? So who better than someone who's unemployed or underemployed to uh, really try to understand other people's perspective, respond thoughtfully. You know, now if all you are is underemployed, hey, dive in, do everything you can to understand other people's emotions, whether you're collaborating on a team or a project or whatever it is. Empathy can give you that little that little nudge, that little push over the cliff. Uh, Turn it up to 11, right? Remember, I've said this a million times, practice active listening. Two ears, one mouth, right? Same sort of thing. Um, Something else you can do, try to take your mind off the unemployment or the underemployment and volunteer somewhere or mentor someone else. Broaden your perspective. Um, Work on your teamwork. Try to improve your teamwork. Employers are always looking for people who not only get along but help elevate the team, right? So during these periods of unemployment or underemployment, reflect on your past experiences working in and with a team. Look at both your successes and your failures and try to identify situations and instances where you contributed to that effort or maybe where you could have done better. Um, on the volunteering side, again, try to organize a small project, whether with friends, family, or people that you don't even know. Um, Try to plan an event. Again, keep yourself busy. The unemployment, the walls close in. They really do. Get out, get some fresh air, get some movement. Go see other people. Don't have to spend any money. Just go out and spend some time, other than in front of your computer and making phone calls trying to get that job. Right? You're working on those projects. Put it on your resume. I delegated. I collaborated. I helped resolve conflicts. Even though I wasn't getting paid, I still worked on improving myself. Tangentially related, at least, through this, you can also work on your work ethic. Again, it's not about just showing up, it's showing up and being ready to give everything that you can to the project or the job or whatever it is. Being consistent, being accountable, pushing through those tough times. So, start every day, particularly if you're unemployed. Start every day with a clear plan. Okay, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Write down three things that you definitely want to accomplish on each day of unemployment. Hold yourself accountable to them. Keep your discipline, keep your momentum, keep things moving. Um, Maybe channel that into learning a new skill or reading up on something that might be helpful that you haven't perhaps mastered or spent enough time on. See it through though. Don't leave it half finished. Last but not least, what I want to talk about today, work on your persuasion skills. I mean, if you're unemployed or underemployed, hopefully you're going to end up in a room with people talking about why they should hire you. Um, you're not just selling the idea, you're selling the idea of you being exactly what they need. It's about inspiring them to believe in you. So, in those interviews, try to be as authentic as you can while at the same time letting them know exactly what makes you tick and how that is going to make that job more successful because that's what they ultimately want. They they want to know that they're putting the right person in the right job at that particular moment. Also, in these, to work on your persuasion, network. You know, those are opportunities to improve your persuasion as well because who knows, you might be talking to somebody at a, whether it's a mixer or something or whatever else. maybe you just say something in the right way and you persuade them to say, you know what, I know a guy, or hey, I need someone. So work on telling your story, be as concise as you can, be compelling, be authentic, answer the questions that people want to know. Focus on what makes you unique and the special skills and talents that you're going to be bringing to that role. And eventually, I know that it's going to turn up right for you. Don't lose hope. I know it. Again, it's soul draining. It's getting kicked in the teeth day in and day out. Getting those emails that you hear the buzzer on your phone go off, and you're like, oh man, because if it was good news, they'd probably be calling you, right? So don't focus on the bad. Just say, all right, it wasn't the right opportunity, and move on. So I wish I had something really, really insightful to share. I really don't. Other than I hear you, I know what you're going through, been there. Um, I'm hoping that your period of unemployment or underemployment doesn't last very long. Stay hopeful, stay ready, stay positive to whatever degree you can. Because if you go into those interviews, you know, desperate, it's almost like your body sheds that emotion and they can pick up on it. So do everything you can to stay positive, stay upbeat. Let them know that you're the right person for that room right now. Because ultimately, yeah, it's about getting that job, right? But ultimately, it's about being the kind of employee, the kind of person that they can see in almost any situation that that job's going to face. And that's what you really want. So work on yourself. That's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you find it helpful. I hope that if you are unemployed or underemployed, that things are going to get better for you. I, again, been there. Wouldn't wish it on anybody. This has been a little bit longer than usual. I apologize for that. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. I'd appreciate a like, a follow, and a share. Until next time, don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.